Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this week's One Image My Edit. So in this week's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can smooth skin in Lightroom. So this is a technique that you can use, which enables you to basically get a nice retouched look to your images with regards to the skin tones without having to jump into Photoshop. So this is by no means the best solution, but it is a solution. So if you want the best results for skin retouching, then you should use frequency separation, dodge and burn in Photoshop, and that's available in the VIP group. But this technique just enables you to stay within Lightroom. So you don't have to keep jumping in and out of Photoshop all the time and spend long amount of time retouching skin. Okay, so I'm going to jump to it and show you how to do this. Now it's quite simple. The first thing we're going to do is add a graduated fill, which is up here. Okay, and this is a nice little trick because you can use this for lots of different things. So if you click outside of the picture, okay, you can see there what that does is that has an effect on the actual whole image. So let me just show you what I mean by that. So if I change the exposure, it's going to change the whole image, the exposure of the whole image, and that's true with all of these different settings that you've got here. So it's a nice little trick to have that. So just clicking outside there, what we can then do is come down to the texture, and you can see that obviously if I go one way, it's going to really increase that texture. So we want to go the opposite way, obviously. So we'll just bring it down to a -100, and you can see the effect is starting to take place. So what we can then do to help refine this even more is we can use the range mask, which is down here. Now, if we just come to color, select that, we've then got this option here to actually select the color range. So if we use the color range selector, we can then come up and we can basically click any way we want. Now, another trick is that instead of just clicking, we can click and drag. So if we click and drag, you can see there that actually selects a larger area. So instead of selecting just one pixel, we're now selecting a variety of pixels, which is going to give us a better coverage, really. It's going to give us a better coverage with regards to these skin tones. So to help us even more, we can use the amount slider as well. Now, what is really good is if you hold the Alt or Option key down, you can see that it turns to black and white. So everything that's white has that texture adjustment added to it. So we can bring it down. So obviously if we bring it up all the way up to here, you'll see that the whole image becomes soft. We don't want that. We just want the skin to be soft. So by holding the Alt or Option key down, if we slide and continue to do so, we can bring this all the way down. So it is just her skin tones being selected. So, I mean, it's literally going to come down to, I'm going to bring it down to 1. So you can see there now that it's just her skin that is selected. Okay. And if we click on the Show Selected Mask Overlay, that can show you as well exactly what's happening, where the skin is. You know, are we missing bits like here on our hand? So if we are, then we can just make another selection using this range mask finder here. So we can just click and drag, and you can see there that's covering more of her skin. So that's better. But the issue we have is that it's now selected the building behind, which is what we don't want. We don't want that, obviously. So what you can do is press Shift and T, and that gives you the brush tool. If you then select Erase, okay, you can then come up and you can start erasing that effect out of the picture. So this is now us almost fine-tuning it. So if there's parts on the person that you don't want to be softened, then you can obviously go and select them. So what I'm going to do is not only going to do the building here, so these back areas here, I'm also going to make a selection if we look to her face. So if we come up to her face a little bit more, you can see we've got the lips here as well. So usually I don't soften lips. just because it looks a little bit unnatural. And this will just help take a bit of the weight and bulk out of the softening effect to her. And also on the nose as well there. That just helps, keeps it a little bit more realistic. And maybe the tops of the eyes there just to bring it back. Yeah, that looks fine. So we can zoom around, we can check what we want, okay, make sure that we're fine, and that's fine, that's good to go. That's in the shadow, so I'm not too worried about that. So taking that show selective mask overlay off, that now means that we can obviously see the image as what it's going to look like. Now what we can do is look at the before and after by clicking on this this toggle down here. So if we click there, you can see that's the before and that's the after. So if we go in, we can probably get a little bit of a better look there. So you can see there's the before, there's the after. Now it's probably a little bit too strong. That's something that you see a lot with skin tones or you know, trying to soften skin, is that the majority of the time it's overcooked. Okay, so just bring this texture down, and this is going to give you more of a realistic look. So obviously at 1 or at 0, that's the image before. So we can now fine tune this because we know we're just selecting the skin, and as you can see, -100 is way too much. So I'd probably go around to about 68, something like that. So we look at that before and after there, you can see that that's actually quite good. So that's given us a fairly realistic edit, so to speak, with regards to the skin tone, without it being overcooked and looking too fake. So you can see there, so before and after. So that's it. It's as easy as that. Okay. You can, if you wanted to, you can copy this to other images. So if you press Command C, okay, that brings up the copy settings here, and you can see that yours will probably come up like this. Okay, so just click check none, and then just select graduated filters and press copy. Okay, and then what you can do is copy this to another image. So if I just say done to that, I'm going to go to the library, and I'm not sure if I've actually got any other images on my on my computer system at the minute, actually. So let me just double check that. I don't think I have. Let me just have a look, see if I've got anything in my bin. No. 1 second. Let's have a look. Where's my pictures? Training videos, images and logos. Let's have a look. So let's just, I'm just going to open this up here. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this into Lightroom. It is a picture, but it's just it's not a brilliant picture. Okay, right. So that hasn't selected it. 1 sec. Other sources. There we go. I'm just going to choose that folder. No photos found. Oh, that's good. Okay, right. So, all right. Oh, they're important now. They are important. No, they're not. Okay, right. So anyway, if you wanted to copy this, that's all you need to do. Okay, so it's not, I'm not set up for other images at the minute. So all you would do is, yeah, you would literally just go to the next image. Okay, so let's bring that into develop module here, and then you would just press Command V. Okay, and that would then paste that setting on the next image that you've got. All right, so it's as simple as that. So let me just reset that, and I'll quickly run that through again for you guys. So you come up to here, okay, the graduated filter here, you click, and if you hold Shift key down as well, that'll keep it straight. Okay, it doesn't matter, but it just makes it a little bit neat, I suppose. As you can see there, it kind of misses out part of the image, as you can see. So if you just click and hold and let go, it can do that sometimes. Okay, you can see it goes all over the place. Right, so once you've done that, once you've set up the line, okay, bring the texture down to 0, and then come to the range mask and just literally select color. Okay, and then we want to select a colored area and click and drag to get a larger selection, which is better. hold the Option key, Alt or Option key, depending if you're on Mac. Mac is Option and PC is Alt. And then change the amount down so it's just the skin tone. So anything that's white is going to have the texture effect applied to it. Okay, and we can double check that by clicking on the Show Selected Mask Overlay. All right, anywhere that, you know, for instance, in your image, you might have a bit over here. It might be the background that's bleeding in onto the skin. So if that's the case, just press Shift and T. That will bring the brush tool up, come to erase, and you can set the feather and flow as well. I usually just have them up high because we're erasing. So you use the brackets keys just to make the brush bigger, and then you can just deselect any of the areas that you don't want. Okay, it's as easy as that. Take the mask off, and then just to fine tune it, just bring it back a little bit just to make it look a little bit more natural looking. So that's it. Okay, that's the before, that's the after. And like I said, if you wanted to, you can copy this onto other pictures. So Command or Control C, and just select the graduated filters, press copy, come to your next image and just press Command V, and that will paste it. So if you've got lots of other pictures you want to apply this to, you can. It's really, really simple. Okay, so it's that simple, that easy to do. I hope that's helped. And this is a brilliant, brilliant tutorial for beginners that want to, you know, retouch portraits that don't have the ability in Photoshop yet, or are scared of Photoshop, so to speak. This is a stepping stone for you to start to play around and understanding texture and skin tones. Okay, but always, always, always try and bring the actual adjustment back, rein it back a little bit, because the difference between an image looking over edited and under edited is very fine, and that's the difference in what, you know, what can make a really good picture. Okay, and then once you're finished, just click done, and yeah, that's it, guys. So it's as simple as that. I hope you enjoyed that. I will catch you all again very, very soon. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the next couple of days. Take care. Bye-bye.